The access to education can change the trajectory of a student's life.
You're given steps that you need for success in the college application process.
I definitely feel more prepared than ever before.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Lewis, and I'm the Director of Outreach Futures at Philadelphia Futures. And today we're going to discuss applying to college. We're going to cover the 5 key steps to the college application process, beginning with Step 1, understand college admission options. Step 2, identify the key criteria for college admissions. Step 3, review the components of a college application package. Step 4, become familiar with college-specific admission requirements. And Step 5, complete the process. So let's move on to Step 1, understand college admission options. There are about 4,000 colleges and universities in the United States, and each of them will have a different way for students to apply for admission. So as college-bound students, it's important that you know your options and you can figure out which admission options are best for you. The most common type of admission is regular decision. And regular decision is ideal for students who want to apply to several schools and want the flexibility to compare financial aid packages at the end of the application process. Regardless of when you submit your application, regular decision students will receive all of their notifications in the spring of their senior year, usually by the beginning of April. While most colleges adhere to deadlines, some schools do have rolling admission as an option. And rolling admission means that students will receive a decision 4 to 10 weeks after they submit their application. Many of our Pennsylvania state schools operate on rolling admission. For students who've identified a school as their first and top choice, early decision is a terrific option. Early decision is for students who know that a school is number 1 on their list. If you apply early decision, it's binding, which means that if you are admitted to that particular college or university, you must withdraw all your other applications and enroll at that particular college or university. Early decision applications are generally due early in the fall, in November typically, and students will receive decisions in December or January. If a student is not admissible through early decision, they will have the option of being deferred into the regular decision pool and receiving a decision at a later time. Early decision does not offer you the option of comparing financial aid offers. Most early decision financial aid packages are generous. However, here's our futures tip for success. If the estimated financial aid package that you receive from your early decision school is not sufficient for you to attend, you can forfeit your admission to that school and apply to other colleges or universities. Another early option for students is early action. If you've identified a school that's your top choice, you do have the option of applying early action. However, early action allows you to weigh your decisions, which means that if you are admitted, you are not obligated to attend, it's not binding, and you have until spring of your senior year to make your official decision. Applications are generally due in mid-fall, and here's our futures tip for success. Do your research. If you find a school that's a perfect fit for you, consider applying early decision or early action. Your chances of admission are greater, and most colleges and universities will enroll anywhere from 20 to 50% of their incoming class through early admission. One date that you're going to hear a lot as you go through the college search process is May 1st. And May 1st is important because it's the National Candidates Reply Date. The National Candidates Reply Date is the day that all colleges and universities give students to make their official decision. No college should ask you to submit your deposit prior to May 1st. The only exception to this rule are students who've been admitted under the early decision option. So moving on to Step 2, identify the key criteria for college admissions. Many students often ask, what are the most important pieces in the college search process? What do colleges look at when they're evaluating candidates? Most colleges will tell you that the most important factor in admission are your grades. So colleges are looking at your grades and your academic performance. They're looking to see how well you've done and if you've been on an upward trend. An upward trend means that the student from 9th grade through 11th grade has had consistently strong grades or has gotten better each year in high school. So after your academic performance, schools look at the strength of your curriculum. Colleges want to know that you've taken the most rigorous course load that is offered at your particular high school. So if your school offers honors courses, IB courses, AP courses, schools want to know that you've challenged yourself because it means you'll be more prepared for college-level work. Additionally, your SAT and ACT scores are an important factor. Hopefully your test scores complement what's on your transcript. Your personal statement or your essay is also a key piece of the college application. This is the only piece of the application that comes directly from the student. So it's important that in your essay or personal statement, you're advocating for yourself and you're telling your story, because this is a great way for college admissions officers to get to know you. Extracurricular activities are important as well. Colleges seek to enroll students who will be meaningful and strong members of the campus community. So they're looking for students who can bring something to campus and who can add to the campus life. So extracurricular shows colleges that. If you've been involved in leadership positions in high school, be sure to highlight that in your application. Demonstrated interest is another way that colleges can evaluate students for admission. And really what demonstrated interest is it's the student's interest in that particular college or university. So a few ways that you can show demonstrated interest are visits to campus or continued contact with admissions officers. Step 3, review the components of a college application package. No matter where you decide to apply to college, you will likely have to submit all or some of these pieces in the application process. So college application packages usually require the following components: the completed application form, and every college will have a different way that they want you to apply. It may be their own application, they may be part of the common application. Think of your application as the first impression that you will make to the admissions office. It should be proofread, and there should be no typos on it. So make sure that you are evaluating your application and reviewing it as much as you would other pieces that you'll be submitting to colleges. Your high school transcript is also required, and most schools require you to have an official high school transcript. Official means that it comes directly from your school, has a school stamp on it or signature of a school official, and is in a sealed envelope. SAT and ACT score reports, these must come directly from the particular testing agencies. 2 letters of recommendation from teachers in major subject areas are required as well. And major subject areas would include math, science, foreign language, history or social studies, and English. So be sure to choose a teacher who knows you fairly well and who can tell the college admissions office why you would be a great fit for that particular institution. Personal statement and supplemental essays, again, tell the admissions office who you are and highlight reasons why they should seek to admit you. A resume is usually not a required piece, but it's a great thing to add as it will tell the college admissions office more about your accomplishments and achievements. An application fee is usually required as well. Some schools will waive the application fee, but most will require that you submit a fee, usually anywhere from $25 to $75. If the cost of applying to college proves to be a burden for your family, talk to your guidance counselor and see if you qualify for a fee waiver. Now, are there any questions? Okay, Amanda?
How do I get my SAT scores to colleges?
It's a great question. So when you take the SAT, the College Board will actually allow you to list 4 schools that are top choices for you. Be sure to list 4 schools that are high on your list, and College Board will actually forward your score report to those particular institutions. Any other questions? Anthony.
Is there a good time to ask for letters of recommendation?
The best time to ask for a letter of recommendation is usually spring of your junior year. Usually the recollection that your teachers have is a little bit clearer. They're not quite inundated with requests for letters of recommendation. If you wait until senior year, those same teachers may have many letter of recommendation requests, and they may not be able to get letters of recommendation to you in a timely fashion. Okay, and one more question. Shireen.
What is the best topic to write about in our personal statement?
Okay, so again, your personal statement is really a way for you to advocate for yourself in the process. It will highlight everything that you want the college admissions office to know about you. That being said, you should really steer clear of writing on topics that are controversial or maybe offensive to your reader. So you don't want to write about religious topics or social or political issues. I would also stay away from writing about personal relationships or something like the death of a family member. So we're going to move on to step 4, which is become familiar with college-specific admission requirements. So if you are planning to apply to the Community College of Philadelphia, you should complete the online application, which can be found at www.ccp.edu. You should register for and take the placement exam. Futures tip for success. It's recommended that all students apply to the Community College of Philadelphia and take the placement exam. This will provide you with an option for college, and even if you decide not to attend Community College of Philadelphia, it will allow you to take classes at Community College during the summer. If you plan to apply to a Pennsylvania State University, you should visit www.pashy.edu, and that will link you to the applications for all 14 of our state institutions. And Pennsylvania state institutions are Bloomsburg University, California University of Pennsylvania, Cheyney University, Clarion University, East Stroudsburg University, Edinburgh University, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, Kutztown University, Lock Haven University, Mansfield, Millersville, Shippensburg, Slippery Rock, and Westchester University. Each of our PASHE schools will have different deadlines and requirements, so be sure that you're clear on what the requirements are for each school on your list. If you're thinking about applying to one of our state-related universities, and Pennsylvania state-related universities are Temple University, Penn State University, Lincoln University of Pennsylvania, and the University of Pittsburgh. So visit each of those schools' websites to learn about specific requirements and admission deadlines. If you are considering applying to a private college or university, you should first visit the school's website, as they will have specific instructions on where to find an application and the application process. You may also find that many private colleges and universities are part of the Common Application. And the Common Application can be found at www.commonapp.org. And the Common Application has about 500 member colleges. And all the colleges who are members of the Common Application adhere to a holistic reading process. And holistic reading means that all those colleges are committed to reviewing every piece of the student's application before making their decision. So step 5, complete the process. Here's a checklist for students who are going through the college application process. The first thing you should do is finalize the list of schools that you wish to apply to. You should have a balanced list of 4 to 7 schools. It should be a combination of likely admits, strong matches, and reach schools. Having a strong, balanced list will increase your chances for admission as well as financial aid. Be sure to visit every school on your list as well, preferably while school's in session, and also more than once. Each time that you visit a school, you'll notice different things, and all of those visits will help you to make a more informed decision. Understand all the application requirements for each school, and be sure to follow directions carefully. So you should be applying to colleges using your full legal given name, and make sure that your name is consistent on all of your application forms. Additionally, be sure that you understand if there are additional requirements. So if you are applying to an engineering program, they may require you to have advanced math or science classes in order to apply for that particular major. Some schools may require you to have SAT subject test or AP scores to apply for admission. So be sure that you understand what the requirements are and that you meet them. Take or retake the SAT. It's ideal for students to take the SAT twice, once in your junior year and once again in fall of your senior year. Most colleges and universities will take what's called a composite score. That means they'll use your highest math, your highest verbal score, they'll discount everything else, and that's the score they'll use to make their admission decision. Be sure to ask teachers in major subject areas for letters of recommendation. Again, the recommended window to ask teachers for letters of recommendation is in the spring of your junior year. And it's always a great idea to send a thank you note to the teachers who have submitted letters of recommendation on your behalf. Prepare final drafts of your essays and make sure that someone that you trust has proofread all of the application materials that you submit. Be sure to check application deadlines and submit your materials on time. Most school deadlines are fixed, which means that colleges are not going to give you a lot of wiggle room to submit late applications. For instance, if a school has a deadline of January 15th and you submit your application on January 20th, that means that you will not be considered for admission. Be sure to include any fees with your application. Again, if you feel that the cost of applying to college will be a burden for you, talk to your guidance counselor and see if you qualify for a fee waiver. Confirm that all of your college admission materials have been received by schools that you've applied to. Most colleges have online portals that allow students to see if their applications are complete. So it's a good idea for you to submit all of your materials and then check on the school's portal to see if your application is complete and that you haven't missed any key documents that need to be sent to that particular college or university. So I hope you've enjoyed this session on applying to college. Be sure to visit our website for more information and additional resources. The college admissions process can be overwhelming and challenging, but hopefully this session gave you all the information that you need to submit a great application and be a terrific candidate for a school that's a great fit for you.